Alright. I don't know what stage this is, but this is the dry hopping stage. It's Wednesday. I brewed this on Friday. Started fermenting on, the 1st. And today is the 5th. I'm going to dry hop it today. Here's the directions. So the directions say to dry hop 3.5 ounces of hops. And the directions say about a week into fermenting. I'm doing it a little bit early, but I noticed it's done fermenting. It stopped bubbling for like a day, so it's all done fermenting. Dry hop just means that you put the hops in the bucket. For this recipe, I'm putting it in the first bucket. This is also called the primary fermenter. In a different video, I'll transfer it into a second bucket, which is called a secondary fermenter, or just the secondary. Sometimes people put in the hops in the second bucket. In fact, most recipes do that, but the Bell's recipe wants it to be in the fermenter. So it'll be sitting there up in the kitchen, 65 degrees to 70 in the primary fermenter. So the yeast is down there and some of the hop particles are in the bottom of the bucket, so it'll be in there for a week. So that's called dry hopping. It just means put it in the bucket. There's another term called wet hopping, which means something totally different, but it's not very important to know. Wet hopping means just using fresh hops straight from the vine. And wet hopping, you put in the hops in the boil just like normal, but it's just fresh hops. Anyway, I'm going to put this shit in here. You just dump it in, that's it. You gotta definitely make sure that no bacteria gets in there, so just kind of be careful. That is it. I'll put the towel back around it to keep it insulated. You don't really need that. And that's it. That's dry hopping. And so that's obviously all the hops that we'll use for this one. The next stage, it's supposed to sit here for a week. And then the next video will be me transferring it to a secondary bucket and putting it in the basement for a week. That's called cold crashing. And that's what the recipe calls for. So, alright. I have to say, the first time I started brewing, I thought dry hopping was kind of a waste of money. Because it really just gives a lot of aroma, and that's all I thought it gave, is like a nice smell when you opened your beer, but it also gives it flavor, so I didn't really know that when I started brewing. So now I definitely dry hop probably any IPA that I make, because it tastes way better. So it's definitely not a waste of money. It's just another way to put hops in it, that's all.